Hello and welcome back to jmadden's Reef. Here it is, day 8, on May 17th of the build. So it's been a little while since the last video came out, but the videos are still chronologically ordered based on time. I've been making some good progress on the system. As you can see, I'm beginning to get all of the electronics installed, and that's really what the main focus of this particular video is going to be. I spent a lot of time planning out the way that I wanted to put all the electronics in. I wanted to have this be a very clean build in regards to not having wires all over the place and things like that, and also keeping stuff organized really makes it easy to see if there's any kind of problems with things. So what you see here is this here is where the PC4s are going to go. It's kind of hard to see. It's a little bit dark, but get the idea. The last video you could kind of see them a little bit, how I was mocking up the placement. I took down the ones that were over here originally and I placed them on the left side. The reason for this is that I was able to get some more items for the Reef Keeper Elite. I want to have lots of outlets. As you can see here, I've got 2 more PC4s, brand new, as well as I've got a nice pH probe, new temp probe. So this is going to give me more than enough outlets to control the system. As far as making it all controllable from one location, I just also like the idea of the PC4s. They're just a really high quality surge suppressor basically, and you can have different amperages for different outlets on them. So that works out well for me, especially when I'm running a metal halide fixture that has compact fluorescent bulbs and also has metal halide bulbs. So the outside outlets are rated for 5 amps, I believe, and the inside outlets are rated for a little bit lower. So you kind of have an adjustability there for one surge suppressor. And before I was talking about how I was going to remove the towel from underneath here. As you can see, I put down the padding, trimmed it up nice. Great thing about this is it's kind of like a buffer. The top part is soft, but the underside is all rubber, which is nice to help keep moisture from transitioning into the stand. So we'll go ahead and step into here. I'll show you some of the work that I did with the PC4s. As you can see, over here on the right side of the stand, I have the new units, all put in here. Left enough space in between both bars so I could fit the wires, and you can see I have a nice clean run, and that's what I was really going for. So these are pretty much going to be permanently installed essentially once everything is put in. So I was able to secure them and tighten them up and make them look really neat, which is once again what I was really going for with this part of the build, because in the past I haven't been as organized as I would like to have been when it comes to my wiring, and this was a perfect opportunity for me to take my time and really think about how I was going to route everything. So over here, just another shot of the matting and the wire routing that I did. The nice thing about this stand is there's a route on the bottom, right there in the back, an opening, which is nice. So basically you can have your drip loops work to your advantage. So have everything go down and then back up. And there's also an opening in the back of the stand, just to the left of the frame, center of the stand, which is nice. And I'm going to be routing some of the bus cables in this area. We'll get into that later once I start cleaning it up. So over here on the right side of the stand, I've got the Digital Aquatics Reef Keeper Elite controller set up. as well as the SL1 module. This is just in a really nice position, makes it easy to read it and get to it, and it's also out of the way from any kind of spills because there is about a 4-inch lip above it, which is nice. So I'll just move you to the back of the stand, some of the work that I'm doing. As you can see, I've purchased a ton of zip ties just so I could really keep things organized. It's in the process here, but once everything is all buttoned up and tidy, I think it's going to look really good, and it's going to prevent a big rat's nest, which you can kind of see me starting to eliminate here. Just putting, groupings together of the same kind of wires and where they go. So with everything all wired up, as you can see, I was ready to start getting things programmed with the Reef Keeper Elite, configuring it, not necessarily running it, but getting all that set up. And one of the things I like to do is I like to label things so I can kind of visualize where things are going to go. Metal halides are obviously on the higher amp circuits on the PC4s, whereas like the skimmer and return pumps and skimmer pumps will be assigned accordingly to their amp rating. And there's the just the layout. I've got the labeling for the ballast for the metal halides, which are going to go there, which I think is going to work out just fine. So yeah, that's it for this update. More to come. Stay tuned. Take care, enjoy your tanks, and happy reefing.